I am Cadet Piyush Ranjan, fourth year at IMU Kolkata campus, pursuing BTech in Marine Engineering. I am privileged to be the moderator of this discussion. I heartily welcome the keynote speaker for today, Captain Sasank. Thank you, sir, for taking out time and joining us. What we hope will surely be an insightful discussion. I also take the opportunity to welcome the founder of Maritime CEO, Sanjay ma'am. It is her visionary concept and practical approach that has made this organization one of the biggest in the maritime sector at present. Welcome, ma'am, and welcome, sir.
Thank you so much, Piyush.
So, sir, I would like to enlighten us on this floor.
Absolutely. So first of all, thank you so much for inviting me. And I'm very happy to interact with the students and being here a part of Maritime SHIO. So I'll start with a very brief, introduction from my side. I started my career in 1990, and if you remember, that was the time when the India was just liberating, and the shipping was one of the main, good career people used to look at. So I was very happy and fortunate, probably, uh, um, uh, batch which I joined, or the time frame where all of us, we were placed in a good companies, and we got promotions at right time. So I started in my first vessel, first ship in 1991 as cadet. Then progressed along. I completed my certificate of competencies on time. I got my master's COC in 1998. Subsequently, I got my command in 2002, and then continued further sailing for another 10 to 11 years. Finally, in 2012, I quit sea and moved to Singapore, where I have worked with two companies, and that was my first opportunities. First my experience shore, which I really enjoyed. I learned a lot, which generally was not possible while sailing. 2014, I came back to India to head organization to take care of crewing, head of manning for India and subcontinent, and then continued my journey there. In 2018, I was promoted to global head of crewing and marine HR, where I got even opportunity to head the larger organization and take care of global seafarers. So it's been a quite enjoyable journey, and both on ship, that is on vessel, as well as on in the office. Really enjoyed my time. I had some good experience, and met some fantastic colleagues. So that's brief about me, Piyush.
Thank you, sir. That was a very inspirational journey. So, sir, I would ask to some of my batchmates, and some cadets are there to ask the question. So I will go first. So, sir, I like to ask that what are the new career opportunity in maritime sector which is gaining momentum?
Absolutely. So, I think, first of all, we need to understand that shipping is very dynamic in nature. There are new, within shipping, a lot of new opportunities are coming up. Like I can say that, for last 10 years or so, I am seeing that lot of opportunities, lot of new courses, careers are available in logistics, which were not earlier possible or not available, I would say. Then earlier, seafarers used to see shipping as only the career, but now there are equal opportunities which are available on the shore side. Coming to your specific questions, we have seen lot of new, because of the new rules, regulation, etc. There are a lot of new opportunities which are available. For example, let's talk about CO2 agenda. So there is a big focus presently by IMO and all international bodies to take care of the environment. So there are good, a lot of right now the R&D which is happening in those areas. Fuel optimization, then looking into new you can say pollution compliance things. So these are few things from the technical side. On the commercial part, there are new technologies which are being evolved. Then there are opportunities on the shore side for logistics terminals which are coming up. There are new types of vessels, new energy chain, value chain which has been created. So I'm part of this curriculum, setting of curriculums for some of the universities, where we are seeing what all new skills which are required for students when they do the graduation and post graduation, which are more practical in nature, which will the students will benefit directly when they take up a shore job.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. So, sir, next, Unnati Singh will ask her question.
Good morning, sir. Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Unnati, and I'm the campus ambassador from Indian Maritime University, Kochi campus. And the course which I am pursuing right now is Bachelor in Business Administration. It deals basically with logistic retailing and e-commerce. This course is a very new course. It has been introduced since past 4 years only. So could you please elucidate that what are the career opportunities on the show? Like we know that maritime has opportunities on the ship mainly, but what are the options for students for us?
Thank you, Unnati. And let me start saying that, I think it's a very good career which you have chosen. And, having a shipping experience, being a seafarer, it is not a must. I must tell you. So, I have known so many people who have really done well in their career, who started without stepping on board. So, having a seafarer background is not essential, not mandatory. Um, in fact, I know so many of the cadets and junior officers who, after completing couple of years at sea, immediately move ashore, take up higher studies and move to the shore job. So, coming to your specific question, like I think you have started on the right track. You just need to continue focus on that, see what all things you can learn within this time frame when you are in the institute. Try and talk to people, talk to faculty, talk to people who actually went on board. If you get opportunity, you can visit vessels when they are in port. That is just to get you a brief idea about ships. But coming to logistics part of it, or handling the ships from the commercial part, it's really not required to have shipping experience. In our organization, I know we have so many of them, especially in commercial management, where they have no one is seafarer, but it is just that during their graduation and post graduation, with their interaction with seafarers and all that, they learn, they acquired all the knowledge which is required. And now they are very successful, let's say in chartering or in commercial management or logistics. They are doing quite well. So I think you started on the right track. Just continue the focus on on your studies, and try to learn. You will you will learn so many things when you visit websites and know what is the latest trends in the shipping industry, what are the new developments which are happening, and I think that will keep you updated with most of the things.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir, for the insights. Now I will request my batchmate Farhan Akdas to ask next question.
Good morning, sir. So my question is, coding and computer languages have gained momentum in other disciplines of engineering. What scope do they have in maritime sector? Thank you.
Good question, Farhan, and thank you. Yes, coding, I think, in computer languages, it is very much essential in many industries, and equally, it is also important. Um, Only thing is in shipping, I would say that this is limited to people who are, for example, let's say uh, on the IT side of shipping, or who are kind of preparing the softwares, the shipping softwares and all that. um, for example, we have a vendor company where they are basically helping us with all the crewing softwares. So they are actually hiring a lot of students who have little bit of shipping knowledge, but knows well about experts in coding and knows the computer skills. So definitely this will help if you are keen into IT side of shipping, because even that itself is a different vertical. There are many companies who have a dedicated team who looks after the IT side of it. So if you are really keen and you want to build your career into software or in computer skills, languages or coding, I think it's a good opportunity. I know there are many companies who are setting up their shops in India whose parent companies are foreign and foreign origin, and they really wants to develop the technology which is being used in shipping. So I think it's a good way to do that. And if you can come up with some innovative ideas or solutions in shipping, this is what ship owners and ship managers are looking at, whether it is at ship constructions or architecture side, right, shipbuilding or dry docking, ship repairs. So there are a lot of areas where I will be seeing that they will be requiring those soft skills.
Thank you, sir, and thank you.
Thank you, sir. So the next question is, sir, what are the best way to diversify our knowledge while being in college or in college?
Okay. So Piyush, I think, I feel that the base or the platform is created at the institute level. And, one should not only focus, or, who should be happy only with what is being taught to them in the institute. Instead, I think, you need to go a step forward and see how fast you upkeep with the industry, what has been technology which has been evolved, the new rules and regulations which are coming up, how it is affecting seafarers, how it is affecting ship owners and ship managers. Because if you are in shipping, and again, I would say that shipping is a very broad term, but whether it is something on the new technology which is coming, or anything which is associated with that, the you need to start those skills, you need to start learning about it when you are in the institute. um, Once you join a ship, once you are on board, there is not necessary that you will get a lot of time to to do all these studies. But institute is where you can do a lot of extra studies, understand about what all things are happened in past, what it should, how it is affected the shipping. For example, whenever there is any new regulation comes in place, that always has some background, some history behind it. And in IMO or all international bodies, they are continuously monitoring all these situations, and that is where the new rules are coming up, regulations are coming up. So one needs to update himself or herself all the time with latest trends, latest technology which is coming up in shipping, and that is only possible to know, to discuss with your friends, to discuss with your faculties and so on. Study what is being taught to you in schools or college or institutes. That is just one thing, but you should, I think, actually go beyond that and try to learn all the latest things which are happening in shipping on your own.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir, for these insights. So I would like to ask Mr. Piyush Srivastava the next question. Piyush.
Yes, sir. Hello, sir. I am Cadet Piyush Srivastava, fourth year cadet from Indian Maritime University. Sir, I wanted to ask that what are the changes that you perceive post-pandemic, and how has it affected the employment prospects of the freshers like us in the
Okay,
maritime
so
sector?
Piyush, that's a very valid question, and we have seen a lot of changes which took place for last 18 to 20 months because of a pandemic. As you must be knowing that there was a period where Indian seafarers, for example, were not able to join the ship because of travel restrictions and all that. And then I think the focus shifted where the critical workforce or ranks, and the minimum safe manning or standard manning, they were the ones. Because of that, I know a lot of cadets were not able to join the ship in time. They were not able to even sign off from the vessels and so on. And this is not limited only to Indian seafarers, but this has happened across the globe for most of the nationalities. Now, what is the scene post pandemic? So now, I don't know whether it is right to say post pandemic, because at least in shipping and particularly in crewing, we still continue to see the challenges of placing seafarers, because there are many ports, many countries which are still allowing the crew change, but with lot of restrictions. As long as that continues, the challenges with crew change will also continue. Right now, I know a lot of ships, especially talking about cadets, lot of ships are without cadets because they are not able to join the ship where it is planned. What we will see post pandemic, probably we don't know how the situation develops in next few months or a couple of months or half year or 1 year, is that there will be a lot of requirement, lot of demand, which we will see for junior officers and for cadets also, which is actually good for seafarers basically, where suddenly we will be seeing that third officers and fourth engineers and junior officers in general will be in demand. And that is also been predicted when we have done the benchmarking exercise with some of the consultancies, that there is going to be some demand which will be expected in year or two. The first thing is the travel restrictions should be lifted as early as possible. That will allow companies to continue with crew changes in the normal fashion or normal manner. and then that will ease the pressure also, because I know that there are many of the cadets who are unemployed, and simply because companies have reduced the intake, because they know that they are not able to place the cadets on board due to this situation. um, so my expectation is that probably post pandemic, when the situation improves, there will be a good demand for cadets, for junior officers, and that is actually a welcome thing for everyone.
Thank you so much, sir, for answering all of these varied questions. I am sure all of us here and those who will hear it later will benefit from it. Thank you once again, sir. Thank you to the audience. Have a good day. Stay safe.
Thank you so much. It was really pleasure interacting with students, with you. All the best to you, to everyone, and it was pleasure to be part of Maritime Show 2021. Thank you.